What's up, sneaker fans? Thanks for tuning in to a More Than Hype review, and in this video we'll be taking a look at a pair of Air Trainer 1s in another OG colorway, with one small caveat, that being back in '87 when these first released, they released as a low cut versus the mid cut that we'll be reviewing today. And I think this is actually the first time we're seeing this colorway in a mid cut. That colorway obviously being the Photon Dust colorway. You gotta love it when Nike invents new colors. But with all that said, let's get right into this review, starting with the packaging. And the packaging gets some 80s inspired design. So back when Nike was first starting out, they were trying to figure out ways that they can stand out from more well-established competition. And one of those strategies was just having really vibrant, bright packaging. So that's where we get this orange top here, contrasted with this design of these stripes in the silver and gray color. So on the rack, obviously this is going to stand out, and the strategy worked. And that's why they're like the biggest footwear company in the world now. Nike Air logo on the side here, some licensing on the bottom, some more of that orange, and then we got our label on this side here. Now, taking a look at the label, official name of these is Air Trainer 1. Official colors, Photon Dust and Light Smoke Gray. Style code DM0521. 001. Far as sizing goes, I'd say that lengthwise these do run true to size. 8.5 is my true size, so that's the same size that I wear in Air Maxes, in Air Jordan 1s, in Air Force 1s I wear a size 8. I got my true size here and I like the fit. I will say though, for wide footers, there is that rubber outrigger that's just a part of the design of the shoe that kind of restricts how much width-wise the shoe will stretch. So that's just something to consider when you're trying to figure out what size to get. This is of course men's sizing. The women's size conversion in Nikes is always 1.5 sizes up, so this 8.5 in men's would be a size 10 in women's. Retail price for these was $120, but you can routinely find them online for at least 30% off retail, so about $90. That's how much I paid for my pair, and man, that is really cool. If you're a fan of Air Trainer 1s, it is a great time for you. If you don't have any Air Trainer 1s and you want a pair, now is also a great time for you. So that about does it for the label. Now let's take a look at the shoes. So we open up the box. We got some white paper on the inside, but then here are the shoes. And while my favorite colorway of these is definitely the chlorophyll colorway, these are not bad either. Pretty darn nice. But let's get both pairs out and take a closer look. Now we got these out the box, let's take a closer look, starting with the upper. And we get a decent mix of materials here, and that's no surprise considering what we got on the chlorophyll 1s. So some smooth leather, some nice nubuck. Let's start there. So on our overlays around our heel, we get a nice nubuck material in that Photon Dust color. Same material on our quarter panel going up our eyelets. Nike swoosh in that light smoke gray color. Same accent piece on the top eyelet in that color. Some more light smoke gray leather on the side here, as well as for our strap. This is a synthetic material with a rubberized feel finish. So Velcro strap for that retro look and also for that on the fly adjustment to your fit. Right around here on the toe box, we get some more of that nubuck material in that photon gray color. White on the toe box here with some perforations, and then we move on to the medial side, and it's my favorite part of the shoe. It's like a completely different shoe going from lateral to medial. So our blank canvas quarter panel here in the smooth leather with these perforations, some more of that Photon Dust nubuck going up our eyelets, and then we move on to our heel. We have that heel nubuck piece, and then our Nike Air embroidery in that light smoke gray color. Smooth leather around the ankle collar. These come stock with flat white laces, nothing on the aglets, and you actually do get a leather tongue here. So I mentioned this on the chlorophyll colorway, but this leather tongue here, it's an interesting touch. It definitely makes these feel, in my opinion, much more boot-like, but you also have a lot of padding inside the tongue itself, which makes these really comfortable. Taking a closer look, our label here has our Nike logo and Air Trainer in that Photon Dust color. Some nice white piping around the tongue as well. When we look on the inside, we have just a white lining, and the same goes for inside the shoe around the heel. The lining is all in white, And then we have a Nike Air logo on the sock liner in our matching Photon dust color. That about does it for the upper. Now moving on to the midsole outsole, and some interesting choices done here. We actually have a sort of like an aged, like yellowing effect going on with the midsole here. EVA wedge, air unit on the inside, our accent line piece here. It's coming out really dark in the camera, but it's actually a light smoke gray color, just like this color here, and that goes all around the shoe. Really interesting choice to give this vintage look here with this almost yellowed feel here on the midsole. I gotta check again with the images of the 87 pair, but those have also naturally yellowed over time, so I'm not sure if that was a part of the original release or if that's just over time, but they chose that here, and I feel like this is sort of like a trend that's going on where people are like yellowing their shoes on purpose. Personally, it's not for me, but if you like that look, you can get it here. And then we have our outsole. So we have your can't really miss it, huge outrigger on the side here. This was supposed to be a first of its kind type of shoe. So it's something called cross training, where you can wear one pair of shoes for everything. Back in the 80s, people didn't do that. Very strange, I know. But to facilitate all of those activities, we have this multi-directional traction, our pivot point, some really nice flex grooves or lugs, whatever you want to call them, and then our very teeny tiny Nike branding here on the outsole as well. And that about does it for these. You know, again, Air Trainer 1s is one of my favorite retro Nike silhouettes, and the fact that they made so many of them that you can actually buy them and get them for a really good price, that just makes me even happier. And that's probably my favorite part of these releases so far. We have one more to go, that is the navy colorway, and that video will be coming very soon. But while you have the chance, if you want these, I highly suggest you get them at the discounted price that they're at right now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more sneaker related content, and I'll catch you on the next video.